Hello everyone, welcome to my Graflex 2.0 final video for this build. I'm going to be going through all the features that the Spark 2 soundboard comes with and the configurations that I've got it set up to work with, and I'll show you the internal chassis first of all. This is a Goth3D master chassis. I've got a few build log videos on my channel as well you can check out if you're interested in how that all came together, but that's everything. So part stainless steel 3D printed bits, part rhodium plated and part gold plated with a quartz crystal in the middle. So I'm gonna demo this by switching this on first of all. I've got a kill key at the back here, so I'm going to flip that switch, and I've got 3 sound fonts on here, and each of them is set up to be selectable with a switch there. So I've got a switch behind the clamp there and a switch also there, so it's either at the top or the bottom. There's a slight bit of 3M tape there to act as a bit of a pivot, and this is obviously going to be the ignition up here. So without further ado, let's turn this on. This is where the fun begins. Nice R2D2 intro there, and then sound font selection. This is a custom, well, not really a custom font. It's majority of it's Lord Blakeo's The Force Awakens sound font, but I also liked some aspects of Shamim's Force Awakens sound font as well. So I copied some of Shamim's files, which namely are probably the blaster files, and also the ignition sounds, and I merged them with the Lord Blakeo's sound fonts. So I've got a bit of a hybrid there, and this R2D2 sort of sound font selection there was that was just something I thought was pretty cool and would work well with the Graflex. Anyway, there you have it. And because this is an aux switch as well, this still lights up with the blaster sounds. I've got a few custom blaster sounds on there because I wanted some sounds from the movie in there. It randomly selects them, so I have to press it a few times. That's Obi-Wan Kenobi saying these are your first steps to Rey. And you all know who that is. If you don't, you're in the wrong place. Excellent swing detection, because well, Nigon has these set up really well. I don't know how he does it, but even on such a mid-range board, I guess you could call it, it's got really good swing detection. And that's the lockup. I've got it set so that while I'm holding down an aux switch, it will lock up, and when I let go, it will release. There you go. Next font. This is Luke, Return of the Jedi.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me. I'll never turn to the dark side.
Then finally, just for fun, I've got this one.
I am a Jedi.
This is the Vader 1 sound font. I'm not going to put any spoilers in this video, so here we go.
Impressive. The Force is with you, young Skywalker. You're not a Jedi yet. Impressive.
So the sound's a little bit muffled on that last speech, but I'm pretty confident that's because I don't have the right quality of file. I just put it on there because I thought it was cool. There were a lot of other samples I wanted to put on, but because of quality issues and testing, it just didn't sound right. So the majority of them on there sound pretty clear. And then because it's a Nigon board, it also has this little cool feature here. So for those of you who don't know, Saber Tracks is a feature that lets you preload some audio files of your own, so you can have them being whatever you want, really. And because it's a Graflex, I've got a few things. So I've got this one, which is the Force Awakens trailer music, which I found online somewhere, and it does take a while to kick in. So I guess it's pretty cool just to have in the background sometimes when you just I don't know, sabering or looking around, looking online and reading up stuff. But you know, it's just a gimmick more than anything else. It's fun. The Igniter board has something slightly different. I can't remember if it's called something else to do with tracks, I think, but it lets you play music. That's it, Saber Cinema. It lets you play music while you're dueling. So some might like that. But for this is what you get. There you go. And then to change song, you just press the aux switch. And then the classic Force theme. Imperial March. Didn't even have to introduce that one. This one is from episode 3, I believe. It's the Anakin and Padme theme. So I've got a few of these fonts that I'm obviously going to be putting on my Vader MPP when it arrives and I install it with some electronics. So I'm waiting for Goth3D to come up with a nice master chassis for that one, because although this one will fit, it's quite obvious that he's put a video up on his Facebook recently, you can check, but the MPP comes out quite far back, so you'll have a larger gap than you would with this in the Graflex. So he's going to come up with a new chassis, so I'll be all over that, and I will post videos when I'm assembling it too. Next, this is one of my favourite tracks on this. It's another Rogue One trailer. Not another. This is actually the first Rogue One trailer that I've gotten here. The first one was a Force Awakens one. And in this speaker, it really does sound quite cool. It's a 27mm bass speaker, it's a Railmaster. But I'm not sure, maybe it's just the instruments or the way this song's been put together. It sounds really good. And then there's another Rogue One trailer there with the Vader signature theme and piano. Yeah. And then it starts again. You turn it off by holding that, I think. Yep. Yep, there we go. Okay, so there we have it. I'm going to put it together with a blade and we can swing it around a little bit. I'll be right back. And here we have it with the blade installed. So this is a KR Sabers 34-inch 7/8 blade, thin-walled. I just wanted one really quickly because I couldn't wait and I was a bit impatient. But I've also got another one on order with JQ Sabers, so when that arrives I'll probably be comparing the two. So this glass eye here acts as my retention screw, but some people like to use this top emitter screw instead and have this as an actual shine through glass eye. I didn't opt for that, but yeah, some people like that. The other thing here is with the pommel on and the this KR Sabers Pommel Cap that I've got here. I can't really tell, the focus isn't great, but these are the standard screws that came with the 2.0 kit. I've ordered some rivets with the rivet gun, and I'm hoping that that will vent sound a little bit better. I've also got a hole behind here that does help with sound ventilation, but it's not as loud as I'd like it. It's fairly quiet actually. It's a lot louder with this off. But let's switch it on and maybe you can tell. There you have it. I've turned the lights down in this room so we can see the blue for what it is. It looks very, very nice. But yes, not as loud, you can probably tell. That's the clashing sound. Sensitivity might be an issue there. There's a config file that I can change, but generally if I hit it on the floor it does gently, don't go smashing this against the floor, but there, it does respond. And it flashes white. I don't know if you can see it on there very well, but the white LED in the Tri-Cree lights up as well as the blue. And then you've got obviously the blaster effects. It's the same white. And the lock on. Focus. Come on. There we go. And there we have it. Just for fun, I'm going to open it and have a look at all the blinking lights with the blade on. I need 2 hands for this, so I'll be right back. Here we are, all unscrewed. There's the crystal. Oh, and not the kill key there, that's my fault. Some people like to use the kill key that you actually take out, and I might get one of those instead of these little flimsy little turn knob things that can turn off and on, sort of just at a little bit of a touch. Anyway, there we are. I love how these colours mix on a reflection like that. I've only got 3 accent LEDs in there. There's a blue and a green that are sat together on one side of the board and then a red on the other side. But they mix really well. And there we have it. My Graflex 2.0 Force Awakens. I'm just going to go through some of the accuracy mods that I've got on this. The standard Graflex 2.0 doesn't come like this, so one of the things I've got, the obvious one, is the clamp card. Obviously if you've got a 2.0 you'll notice that one's very different. It's a lot more accurate. It's from Slothfurnace, and I sanded the back of it down so that it could fit nicely with this switch holder here. That switch holder is made by a chap who sells them on Shapeways called Shtock, and he's got a company called Shtock Creations or Shtock Custom Works or something. but you can find that, and then these little switches you can find on eBay, and he's got a link telling you exactly what it is on Shapeways. Then we have some KR Sabers mods. They're very, very nice actually. So let's start with the beer tab up here. So this is a flat beer tab, and I didn't actually care about replacing the original one until I took this this screw off a few times, the switch holder screw, and I ended up damaging the original one, and the silver came off quite easily, and then there was just a load of it looked like copper colour underneath it, and it just came away really, really fast, started peeling. So I bought this one, and this one seems to be a lot better quality, so I definitely recommend it. It's a cheap edition, and it's just, you get 2 for 1 really. You get the better quality and you get an accurate upgrade. So this switch does come with the 2.0 kit, and I chose to keep that one. A lot of people have replaced it for a more accurate, darker one from the movies, but I figured, you know, this makes it look a little bit more futuristic, and a lightsaber is futuristic to me, and I just thought it fit. I like it. Some people don't, but hey, this is my saber. And on the other side we have a emitter screw here. Let's just get this in focus. There. So again, that's from KR Sabers, and some people use that to hold their blade in, but he also sells the retention version of that. This one's far too small to hold a blade in. I'm using this for retention, so that's a custom Saber Shop dark glass eye retention screw. It doesn't have any shine through effects or anything like that, but if you were to make it shine through, you'd have to find somebody with a very small drill piece and probably a nice little workbench and some equipment just to drill straight down that middle screw there, so it retains its retention abilities there, because otherwise you'd lose it. I can replace this for a glass eye, and I'm considering it, but it just means I'd have to carry a screwdriver around to open this to put a blade in if I'm at a convention or something, and I don't think it's really practical. But I don't know, I might change my mind on that, we'll see. At the moment I'm just enjoying it for what it is. It is a bit tricky to get in. There we go. Okay, so just above that you can probably see I've got these brass pins here. They are KR Sabers short brass pins. The only reason I replaced those is because I lost one of the original ones, because they do come off quite easily with vibrations, and when you're opening the clamp and the inner core and stuff and messing around with it, it does get loose. So I lost one, and I figured the easiest way for me to replace them, because I'm in the UK, is KR Sabers, and I'm quite happy with them actually. I've only got a 7/8 I think the blade holder that it goes into. It's not the 1-inch one that Vader's Vault give on their flexes, because the blade's thinner on this one. It's more accurate than the 1-inch, but some like the thicker blade. Personally for me this is fine. I feel that these look better than the longer ones, but that's just my opinion. I didn't opt for the little, I don't know what it's called, it's the other tab that sits just behind one of these pins on either side, but KR Sabers also sells those if you really want accuracy. And I also went for the clamp screw here, so that's another screw, rather than just having an Allen key with me and opening this. Everything just uses screws pretty much, with the exception of one thing here. Now that's what I mentioned earlier, so that's going to be replaced with rivets. So this is a very nice pommel cap that I got from KR Sabers. The original 2.0 kit comes with circles here, so hole cutouts in circles, so events sound a lot better than this, but I didn't like how it looked. This looks a lot nicer in my opinion, and I've got a bit of Loctite in there so it sits nice and level with the grip here. And this, yeah, so it will be replaced. There's a hole behind here, as I said before, that vents some of the sound, but it's not enough. And then here I've got a few push-in rivets as well. I'm not sure if they're the right size. I've ordered some, I think they're 3 or 4 mil that go in here. So they come with my rivet gun anyway. So I'm going to see if they're the same size. If they're a little bit bigger, which I'm hoping they are, I might take these out and replace them with the other ones in the hopes of getting better sound. But who knows? This might be enough if I just replace these two here, because these two at the minute don't let any sound through. They're just plain old screws. But that's pretty much it, except for these bunny ears. Now Vader's Vault offer a offer a option to grind the internals of these bunny ears off. So if you can see just there, let me try and focus here. It's quite dark, so you probably won't be able to see, but just there's a little notch, and there's the same on this side just there, and both of these they protrude quite a bit because they're designed to hold the blade in. But even with the 7/8 blade, I felt that when I put it in, the bunny ears pinched like that, and I didn't like that, so I grinded them down a little bit. Now not all the way down, there's still a little bit there, but now when I put the blade in, it sort of just pinches to about there. So it still looks like, you know, they still look like bunny ears. They don't look like that, which just looks strange in my opinion. But yeah, over time you kind of little things like that start to niggle on me, I guess. But that's everything. And just to finish off, I'm going to turn this on again because it is damn cool. Thanks for watching.